Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year, happy 2020, happy new decade, all that good stuff. I'm Aja A. As you see tarot cards on your screen, you know it's time for a reading. This time around, this is not your typical lunar cycle or monthly reading. This is actually for the new year. We're looking at January through December for you guys. And this video is for Sagittarius, Sag Sun, Sag Moon, and Sag Rising. Before I get started, if you feel like what I'm saying isn't resonating with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which I do have a link down below in the description box, okay? This spread, 5-card spread, going to be looking at the overall energy for you for 2020. Also looking at, with the tarot here, your finances and career, love and relationships, and also personal growth. And as always, a staple in my readings, I do a soul message, something additional for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? The interesting tidbit here, I've pulled y'all's cards like 3 times. I actually tried to do y'all's reading actually it's been about maybe like 5 days. I tried to do your reading before I got interrupted. I left the cards there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back and do it. But when I came back, I was just like, I wasn't really feeling it anymore. I tried to pull the cards again. I got distracted again. I couldn't do it. Left the cards there again, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna come back and read these tomorrow, record it tomorrow. When I came back, I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling this for Sag. And I don't like to re-pull cards when I do readings. I don't like, that's the thing with me. Even if I pull a card for myself and I'm like, oh, this is not it, I don't like to pull again with the same intention, with the same question. But I also do feel that with spirit, you know what resonates with you and what doesn't. It's very seldom that I pull cards and they don't resonate with me or they don't carry a message that I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But there are times when, you pull cards and you're just like, that's not it. And for me, it's sometimes I might just need to clear my deck a little bit better. But I feel like that is because whatever message I'm about to give y'all, Sag, is the one that you were actually supposed to receive. And that's not to say there weren't good messages in your other spreads and your other readings, but I think this one here is the money. I think this is the one that you're supposed to receive. So I'm going to go on and get started. And first card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of the energy for you for this year, and you've got Earth. And I like this card, number one, because it's an 11 card. I am a life path 11, so I have a little bit of a bias, but I also really rock with master number energy. In general, it's a very heightened form of the numerical energies that we already work with. So just briefly speaking, 11 is considered the master healer. And the energy that's associated with 11 is enlightenment and healing, and doing so in order to bring things together. You've got the 1 and the 1, which brings in these new chapters, manifestation, independence, but then you've got the 11 energy, which amplifies it, and then it breaks down into 2, which brings everything together. So with this being the Earth card here, for you, Sag, I feel like whatever you've been working on and whatever you've been working towards, 2020 is the year in which you become firm and in which you actually, if you are subscribed, if you do watch my videos and you've been watching your videos, I've been talking about preparing for the next chapter, getting ready to hit the ground running. Well, Sag, we're in the next chapter. It's 2020. We are in the marathon now, and it forever continues. Word to Nip, rest in heaven. So for you guys, Sag, it's just like where you're coming into in 2020 and what you're going to be working on throughout 2020 is actually going to be things that, you have set your sights on. And although, people talk about how Sag just shoots their energy everywhere, I say that too, because sometimes y'all do. You come up with good ideas, and just because you shoot your energy everywhere doesn't mean that you forget what you were doing with it. You might, stray at one point, but you always know where your ideas and your energy has gone. You're very philosophical, very spiritual energy. So with this Earth card coming here, there's a couple things with it. Earth just in general is a stability foundation. It's solid, right? So as far as this is concerned, your overall energy for the year is, you really are creating a stable foundation for yourself. You really are, working towards and working in all of these things that can create abundance and success and, plenitude for you. So it's a lot of good stuff coming in for you, and it's a lot of good things that you're going to actually be able to hang on to and hold on to. Okay. Now, with this being an 11 card, I do also feel like, Sag, for you guys during this year, as I was just saying, whatever you're working on, whatever you have been working through as far as your energy goes, as far as like emotional baggage, as far as, cutting cords, etc., so on and so forth. Although those energies may be a little tense, they may be a little dense as well, it's very important, excuse me, for you guys to remember that as you work on these things, or as you complete the cycle on working on these things, you have done so that you can take root in the type of life that you want to be living. Sag, if you've been going through the motions and, you had to cut off some relationships or cut some people out of your life, or if that's what you have to do coming up in this year, although it might seem like, damn, this sucks, that's an L. And anytime we move things out, there is this little energy of that, like that L energy, like, damn, this is a little bit of a loss. But it's because everything happens for a reason. Everything is divine. I believe in divine timing. Everything happens as it should, when it should, how it should, right? So for you guys, as you're working through these things, as you have worked through these things, it's important for you to understand and remember that you've done so that where you take root is not carrying and not attached to and not emitting energy that you no longer need around, or that you've already washed your hands of, okay? It's very important to remember, when you work through things, especially when it comes to like energetic and spiritual stuff, when you work through things, it's very important to be intentional, because just because working through something and releasing the energy doesn't mean that the energy is gone. It's still there. You have to work, you have to, and be intentional and transmute it, or you have to be intentional and, release it and send it away, and however you work through your shit, be very mindful that you're doing so that you can come into this new space, be in 2020 in these new popping ass places and spaces and energies around all these cool people. But you can't do so if you still got residual energetic debris hanging around you. So as you take root, it's very important that you take root in the way that you need to, and that you clear out what needs to be cleared out with that 11 energy, okay? All right, that's all I'm gonna say about that, because this supports your whole spread, and I think it's cool that you have this earth energy. So as I talk about these energies here, it's like, everything that's transpiring, like I said, you're taking root in it in the way that you want to see it play out for yourself, okay? So the first position that we have with the tarot is in the position of your finances and career, and you've got Gran Ibo, and this is the Congo too. It's the Two of Cups. But in this deck, this is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. In this deck, this card resonates with this energy of deep knowing, of intuition, of understanding, and being led by spirit. With this being in your financial and your financial and career, it's coming out, slipping out, because that's what's coming in for you. Your financial and career sector here, this means, like I just said with that slip of the tongue, that you're going to be very abundant in the way that you make money, and also in what you're doing within your career. It's just very important for you to pay attention to doing what you're being called to do. This is a card of intuition. This is a Cups card. Cups is water. Water is the element of spirit. It's the element of understanding. It's the element of emotion. It's the element of feeling, right? So as you make moves throughout this year, Sag, and you are I always say this, I'm like, secondary to the water sign, Sag is up there with the spiritual energies. You guys are very, very spiritual, carry a very spiritual energy. You're very philosophical, associated with very divine energy. So for you guys during this year, as things start to play out for you, you've got to listen to your heart, your mind, and your spirit. You've got to pay very close heed, take heed to what your intuition is telling you, okay? If you are working in a career and you have an opportunity to say, move forward, or get promoted or whatever, but in your heart you're like, this is not what I want, or I don't know about that. It's important that you don't move on it. And after not moving on it, you'll see why, because some other opportunity, some way better opportunity that you are more aligned with, will present itself to you. Okay. When it comes to your money, and this might sound a little sad, like this might make you a little sad, say, you know, if your friends are like, yo, you want to go hang out, you want to go on a trip, you want to go do the X, Y, and Z, and you're like, yeah, I'm down for it, but you get this inkling that that's not smart to do with your money. Don't be like the rest of us out here and, you know, slide that little angel on the shoulder off to the side. You know, you might have to remove yourself from some situations so that you can better focus on your finances. With this card coming in, this is knowing what to do and how to do it. So that's in regards to in the way that you work in your field, and also in regards to the way that you save and spend money. I get this sense that your financial health will be a lot better towards the end of the year than it was coming into 2020, if that makes sense, Sag. But with that being said, you cannot ignore the signs. You cannot ignore the synchronicities. You know, pay attention to the angel numbers. Pay attention to, you know, animal messages. Pay attention to things that you hear in conversation that really spark your interest or send tingles or like chills to you. You know, you've got to pay attention to what your spirit is being led and called to, because that is how you're going to become successful and abundant in this area in your life. Okay. So, I mean, good. And then also, just like in general, the Two of Cups is a love card. It's a cosmic connection, soulmate connection, deep in love, you know, type of card. So putting that energy with your finances and your career does tell me that most of you, Sag, especially if you're following your spirit, you'll be doing something that you enjoy this year in order to make money or in order to pay the bills. And also at the same time, just lending that energy to your money just means that, you know, bringing in more abundance and being able to, you know, continue to create that abundance and that wealth and multiply on it. Okay. Next card that I have coming up for you, Sag, is in the position of love and relationships. And this is an interesting one coming up here, because there's a very clear message for people that are single, but then when we get into the couples or Sagittarians in relationships, when we get to that, there's a couple messages that come up for you guys. So I'm going to read for the singles first, because that one is very direct and straight and to the point. This is the Dance card. This is I love this card in this deck, and I love it even more so because this is the Chariot in traditional tarot, and that is the Cancer card, and I'm a Cancer. For those of y'all that Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Venus. For those of y'all that don't know, so I love this Dance card in this deck, and it is literal as it comes with the word on the card. It's, you know, the energy coming in it is to dance. So if you are single, Sag, this is the year to mingle. With that being said, because this is the Chariot card, it's important to look out for yourself. And so anytime I tell people to, you know, mix and mingle and be out there tossing it, you know, just protect yourself, use protection, be smart, be safe, you know, get tested every 6 months. Well, I get tested every 6 months, but, you know, whatever works for you. You know, this is the year to be living it up. You know, there's a Summer Walker song, it's like, just might be a hoe. And you know what? That you just might be a hoe, Sag, and that is, it's okay. Live your best life, you know, whatever. No judgment. Like I said, just be safe and be careful and be smart. But this card coming up in the single position does tell me that right now, Sag, if you are single or during 2020, especially if you're coming out of a relationship and going into being single in 2020, this year you're not really focused on love. You're just focused on celebrating the self. You're focused on, you know, this energy of overcoming all the shit that you've had to deal with in the past and being able to persevere through whatever that's been. And so I do get the sense that a lot of you Sagittarius may be coming out of relationships, and, you know, looking back, it's like, damn, that was rough. Or even if you're not, even if you're just kind of reflecting on your past relationships and your past situationships with people, and you're just like, you know, listen, I do this a lot. When you sit and you think and you're like, that seems like a completely different lifetime, like that. Like, I can't even believe I was that person to even allow myself to be in some shit like this. That might be the energy that you are working with, but more so coming away from in a positive manner. So for you, Sag, it's like, okay, I went through the shits, but look at me now. Like, I may not be in a relationship. I may not even want a relationship. Even if I do, like, it's okay because I am so in love with myself and so proud of the way that I have handled my business that I know when I'm ready or when it's supposed to come, I will be able to call love into me in the most abundant way, in the most popping ass way possible. The type of love that I want and desire is what will come into me when the time is right. But right now, the type of love I want and desire is what I need to be lending to myself. And that is very much so the energy for you guys during this year. If you are single, Sag, this is a card of tapping back into happiness. Dance is movement. So, you know, Sag, after going through the motions, or even after just being single for a while, or even after, you know, coming into being single, or even if you're just reflecting, it's like, you know, that those were dark times. That wasn't the most positive space in my life, but right now, right here in this moment, this is where it's at, and I'm enjoying this, so I'm gonna dance, you know, like there's no tomorrow. Now for you people in relationships, Sag, and I keep it very real with my readings. I'm just going to throw that out there. So if you are somebody that's not into, you know, the real, I would just, you know, mosey on out of this video right now. Not that it's a very bad message. Not that it is a bad message at all. Let me rephrase that. First, for some of you Sagittarians in relationships, this card could just be bringing in this energy of kind of rejuvenating the relationship, bringing in celebration, or celebrating some, you know, major milestone between the two of you, or maybe just, you know, kind of tapping back into a honeymoon phase, or getting to a point. So funny. Spirit is so funny, because what I really want to talk about is the other message, and I think this card just flew out my hand like, girl, get it out so you can go on and say what you want to say. But, you know, maybe just getting back into this point of, you know, being happy with your partner, being happy in your relationship, and really feeling like it's something worth celebrating. It's something to dance about, or somebody to dance with, okay? And I guess I have to keep that one very brief, because the main message that is coming up here for the people in relationships is some of you Sages may not be in relationships by the time the 2020 is over. Like I said, I keep it very real. And when I read, the emotions that I feel, or the energies that I feel, tend to be what's coming up in your reading. And so I'm feeling very rushed. I'm feeling like, get this message out. I'm also feeling this energy of like, I'm tired of you taking so long. So for some of you Sages, you might be in relationships that you have, you know, kind of already mentally and spiritually stepped out of. Okay. You may already be thinking about the next chapter in your life. Girl, it's the neighbors. They are not bothering you. They are not bothering you. Lay down. You lay down. She lays right by the spreads. I don't know if you guys know this, but my dog is right there. You may just already be in a space to where you're kind of just like, you know, I'm comfortable here. I love this person. This was cool. This was awesome. And it may not even be that there's shit going on, like bad breakup things. You know what I mean? Could just be, you know, sad. You feel like it's time to move forward. It's time to move on. And also, y'all are fire. And this is just this is known about fire and air signs. Like, you guys are not necessarily, depending on what you got in your chart, but y'all are not the energies that like to stay in one place or in one energy for too long. So you just might be over it. You might be like, okay, I got what I needed here, and it's been real, I'm out. Or you might just be like, I've grown up, I've grown out of this person. Now the thing is, Sag, when your energy is no longer aligned with whatever you're in, you feel that. And the longer you stay in it, that's when shit starts to hit the fan. But this card is saying, and this card also coming up here, especially if this message is resonating with you, Sag, does tell me that it's not, you won't walk away in it being, you know, a bad type of thing. And I feel like some of you, this is going to come up in the sense of you letting your partner know, like, this is where I'm at in life, this is where I'm at spiritually, this is where I'm at mentally, this is where I'm at emotionally. And it's not that, and this sounds so cliche, it's not you, it's actually me. Like I don't think that I can be in something right now because there's work to be done on my end. And I feel that you may not know what that work is, but I feel like some of you guys, you're going to literally going to be pulling the spiritual plugs on your partnerships. And I get the sense that they are very amicable separations. Like these types of partnerships that you walk away from in this year, Sag, are the ones that you can actually still consider your friends. You know how people say like you can't be friends with your exes? There are people that, when, especially if you leave the situation in ways that aren't negative, there are people that you can keep ties with, and they don't have to, and they can become platonic as opposed to intimate and romantic as they were prior to, you cutting the cord in that sense. So I like when I give this message, I don't feel a heaviness. Although I know some of you might be like, well, damn, bitch, you just saw me about to break up with my person and you telling me I don't feel a heaviness. I don't. Because if you do end up doing this, it's not going to be bad, which is rare. So I actually would say appreciate this. And this dance card, like this is a card of coming into self and again celebrating the self, overcoming obstacles. This can change the game for you, Sag. So I did throw in that little sprinkle of, it's just rejuvenating your relationship for some of you coupled Sagittarians. But the main message that was really on my heart was this one that I talked mostly about. So that's out there for you. Like I said, if it's not resonating, click out the video, go watch your moon or rising sign, go watch somebody else, go down and listen. I don't know what to tell you, but you could click out the video if that's not resonating with you. Okay, going on into the next position here the next card here is in the position of your personal growth, and you've got Man Brigitte. And I like this card. I like this card because this is a card that carries wisdom. This is a card of wisdom. This is a personal growth card, and this is also a card of coming into this place of just being this very knowledgeable being. This is the Three of Water, okay? The Three of Cups. And this is a card that resonates with very harmonious energy of bringing all the things that you need together. You see these people bringing this fire in, right? Bringing all the things that you need into yourself to harness them for yourself in order for you to carry that wisdom and remember and, work on and work with the lessons and the energies that you've picked up so far. So as far as 2020 is concerned, Sagittarius, there's a lot of, these are all individual energy cards here. In your finances and career, you've got this intuitive energy associated with the way that you come into abundance. In your love and relationships, you've got this energy that focuses more so on the self and self-love and self-growth. And in this position, you've got this card of wisdom. So as you go through the motions in all these aspects of your life during this year, you really are, and that's probably why I was saying for some of you guys in relationships, you really are coming into this sense of self. I don't want to really call it self-discovery, but really becoming acquainted with the person that you are and the person that you want to present to the world. And I get this sense that Sag, you're in this energy of aligning the two of those so that they are the same thing. If that makes sense. So this Congo 3 card, this 3 of Cups, the Man Brigitte card here, you are really growing. You know how people say, oh, well, we grow every year, we change every year, and we do. That's not a lie. But some people more so than others. I want to say this is going to be a year of enlightenment and awakening for you, Sag. So, I'm not even going to say buckle in because you're Sagittarians. Buckle in. The fuck is a seatbelt? You know what I'm saying? So, listen, shoot your arrows, shoot your shots. But this year is definitely going to be a year of major growth and major change and transformation for you. And I'm excited to see what goes down for my friends with Sagittarian placements. I'm sending you guys lots of positive energy because you got a lot of cool shit happening for you this year in regards to the self. Oh, are you so comfortable over there? If y'all could see how she just rolled all over the floor to get herself comfortable, you are a trip. You are a trip, mama. Okay. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that card because really the personal growth card for you is the card of personal growth and understanding the growth that you are, that you've come into. Okay. So I want to go into this last card here. And listen, when I tell y'all I pulled this card and my ascendant came out very strongly, I'm a Capricorn rising. For those of y'all that don't know, I like shit to be how it's supposed to be. So I pulled this card, and I learned my decks as I pull them. I've never pulled this card that's in the position of your soul message before, okay? I said brilliance is not a color. And then I was like, of all of the signs, to get the one card in this deck that I ain't never seen before, I didn't even know was in the deck, and is technically not a color, it would be Sagittarius. So your soul message is brilliant. I don't even I was like, what chakra do I associate that with? And I think this is we're gonna associate this with all your chakras. Everything coming together again. Remember, 11, this energy of ascension. We could even say so much as to go as far as like your soul star chakra. So, you know, into the spirituality. Actually, yeah, you know what? I feel like that's probably what, because so you have your 7 chakras, and then after your crown chakra, you've got what's considered the soul star chakra. Now, I'm not about to school y'all on that in this video because I got plans for the rest of the year, right? Look up your soul star chakra. But it is, if we were going to talk about the color, it is a very like luminescent, like sparkly, that's the best way I could put it, type of color. So brilliance, I think we can associate with your soul star chakra, which is actually bringing all these things together to help you ascend into your next chapter. Like I said, this is going to be a very different year for you, Sag. That's because you're ascending. That's what it is. It's your energy is ascending into the next space and the next place. So for you guys, this growth is on a very spiritual level. That's why you've got the Earth card here. That's why you've got the 11th card here. Remember what I said about taking root? You're taking root into all these individual aspects of your life, so that you can bring them all together and move forward with them and move into your next chapter, your next space. This brilliance card also comes with the number 26, which breaks down into 8, which is the number of infinity. I consider it a karmic number. I consider it the number of cycles. So as I said, you guys are coming into cycles. You've got an infinity card here, and the color like that. It's, come on now. And you've got an 11 card here. So your energy is hella popping this year, Sag, and it's all about you. Look at the message. Oh, the glare is kind of bright. Sorry, y'all. It says discover your sparkle. And I literally just said, it's all about you. So, Sag, you might be walking away from some things, from some people during this year. And don't look at it like an L, because you're not going to feel like that when you do it. You're going to understand that it's needed for you to grow. And it's not like you're going to be tossing people to the wind or tossing shit to the wind. It will be very graceful, the way that you change and the way that you proceed forward in your life, okay? So I wouldn't even carry any type of anxiety or you know, nervousness behind that, because everything that's going to be playing out for you is going to be very divine, and it's going to be very, the best word that I can the best word that I can, like, the best way to say it, for lack of better terms, is a very beautiful energy surrounding you during this year, Sag, and it's all related to your personal growth during this year, and your personal growth is really bringing you into your energy. And if I am remembering correctly, we are going into, after the last round of Cancer and Capricorn eclipses in the summer, we're going into the Gemini Sagittarius axis for this round of eclipses. So I'm not surprised to see that your shift in this year for you is going to be so spiritual and so and have such magnitude. Okay? So discover your sparkle during this year, Sag, because it's all about you. I like your reading. That was super dope. I hope that it resonated with you. If you got any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you want your own reading, you can book one with me through my Etsy shop. Got that link down below as well. I have something new up on my channel. I've got a pick a card spread for the decade, actually looking at the energy for the next 10 years. That's linked down there too. In addition to you having 11 energy for your year, we're in a master number universal year. We've got a master number 22 master builder energy here. So I've got a video on that too. That's it for my shameless plugs. Go watch all the things that I linked down below in the description box. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Oh yeah, thank you for getting me to 1K subscribers. I finally hit 1K. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be putting up a video celebrating that in a couple weeks, or about a week or so. I'm going to be doing a little giveaway. If you're interested, go on and hit subscribe so you can know, and hit that little bell so you can know when that actually happens, and participate if you're interested. And that is it for my shameless plugs. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me. Sending you guys all the warm wishes of abundance, peace, happiness, all the things, all that good shit for 2020 and this next decade. And I will see y'all next time. Peace.